All right, so this video is on warm-ups, on how to structure your warm-up to make the most out of the workout of the day for the classes that you're coaching. I'm gonna try to make this video 15 minutes or less, so it's easy to watch. We're focusing on warm-ups because this is a time of the coaching hour that you get to be creative. It's also a time where you really get the opportunity to see and correct movement before the workout starts. We all know that once the workout starts, it's a lot harder to fix things, to get people to move better, to get people to learn the movements. That all really happens in the warm-up and in the skill. And so structuring your warm-up consistently and having an idea of what you want to accomplish in the warm-up is going to make that better for the people who are in your classes. So part one of the warm-up is going to be the general body. So this is just taking people from the street into class. We want to get their blood moving through their body and then just warmed up. This could be done through any number of things. One, you could do assault bike. You could run, you could do jumping jacks or calisthenics, you could do games, you could do line drills, any of those things. The idea being that if you've been sitting at a desk all day or if you just woke up, we've got to get a little bit of a sweat going. We want sweatshirts to come off. That's how you know you did number one right. If people start taking off their sweatshirts at the end of it, then you did it right. This part of your warm-up should usually go between 4 and 5 minutes. 4 to 5 minutes. You can be creative and structure this with some kind of fun game on the rower, or it can be as simple as go for an 800. Either of those are great, but it's going to get people ready for the rest of the warm-up, ready for the rest of the class. The second part, no eraser. So general is the first part. Second part of the warm-up is going to be joint prep. What we're looking for with joint prep is looking at the workout of the day, deciding what is going to be the most challenging part of the workout for people's mobility and joints, and then addressing that in the warm-up. We're not looking really for static stretches here. That's going to be better done at the end of the workout. But the joint prep that we would want at the beginning in our warm-up might be something like, for example, doing like duck walks or doing maybe some inchworm push-ups where we're really putting some pressure on the wrists, getting loose. We might do something where we're gonna actively mobilize the joint with a band, maybe like moving the hip in and out. All those are opportunities to look at what is it that's gonna be hard. For example, like if we have overhead squats, we wanna help people loosen up the traps and upper body so that they can get into the best position possible for them for that day. And again, we don't want necessarily to slow people down. We've just warmed them up. Your bodies are feeling warm. It's not like we want to sit down and start getting into some deep, dark stretch. But we do need to get the joints ready. And this is the part that might take a little bit of advanced prep. If you're not exactly sure how to prep the joints for the workout, or if you're not exactly sure what's going to be hard for people, you might have to think about it in advance and decide what you're going to prepare for the joint prep part. This again is going to be more like a 3-minute thing. You could use bands for this, but we're looking for more of dynamic joint prep. Think dynamic joint prep. And again, these can kind of merge together. I tend to take joint prep and make it a part of that general body part. It just kind of seamlessly goes. So we went from doing line drills, and then now we're going to be doing something that is more difficult on the joints. But think about it from the frame point, if you've got somebody who either struggles with knee or ankle mobility, the very first thing you would have them do is not necessarily do a duck walk, right? I could never do that. I could never walk into a gym and do a duck walk without being really warmed up. But maybe I need to get down into a full squat before I do the workout, so that's going to be the time where we're looking at how can we make somebody prepared for the workout. So that's 3 minutes. So we've got 4 minutes here. 4 to 5 minutes on the general, and 2 minutes on the joint prep. The third part of The warm-up is going to be semi-specific. Now the joints are ready, our bodies are warmed up, and we're going to look at what are the movements in the workout, and then we're going to prepare people's body to do them. So for example, if you're doing back squats in the workout, this is going to be the time that we're doing air squats. We're going to take your body through that full range of motion, but you're not exactly doing the thing that's in the workout. You might do it very lightly with a barbell. This might be a great time to practice in the semi-specific, just what it feels like to do it, but we're not ready yet to be totally doing power cleans, for example. If the power cleans are in the workout, we might be still moving through muscle cleans. We might be working through pulling from the floor with some sort of reverse or Romanian deadlift, something like that. It's going to be semi-specific. The last part of the warm-up, and again, this is going to be kind of variable. The semi-specific can merge right along with the joint prep. The last part of the warm-up is going to be the specific part. Specific part of the warm-up. This is where we're actually practicing the movement that you're going to see in the WOD. A full power clean from the floor, a full overhead squat, whatever it is. This is the opportunity in your warm-up where you can really help people have the best WOD possible. So in the specific part, you want to have people do these movements, whatever the movement is that you're focusing on. You might not be able to focus on every single one that's going to be in the workout. But say, for example, we're working on snatches. And in the specific part of the warm-up, we want people doing between 25 to 30 reps of something like a snatch. So for example, while you're moving people around, you might have them do 5 reps of a muscle snatch. Set the bar down, shake it out. Now we're doing 5 reps of snatch from the mid-hang position. You can go around, correct people. Maybe we're doing some overhead squats. Again, all this is going to be specific to what they're going to be doing in the workout, and this is going to be a chance where you can really dial in movement. This is the part that we like to sort of glaze over. I think all of us are guilty of this as coaches. We take people through a warm-up. We're like, here's what a power clean looks like, and then we're like, okay, go, set up. What we're skipping is this part number 4, where you're going to you give people the opportunity to do a power clean, maybe with light weight or a little bit of weight, and have them move over and over and over again so you can correct it. We don't want to confuse strategizing or like philosophies on the workout with just giving people the opportunity to move. Move is always better. Give people the chance to do it before 3, 2, 1 goes, so then you can correct it and give them a chance to feel confident about what they're going to do. It's in the specific part of the warm-up where I also tend to like to do a rehearsal round. So after we've gone through all this, I'll give people the opportunity to load their barbell or whatever it is with what they're doing, and then at the specific part of the warm-up is where they're going to do a rehearsal round. So they're going to go through, maybe they're going to have a shortened version. So for example, if it's a 21-15-9, maybe I give them a 7-5-3 with the working weights that they're going to use for the WOD, and I say 3, 2, 1, go, and then they have the opportunity to practice. And this gives you one more time during the warm-up to see people, maybe to see them with the weights that they've chosen for the workout, and to give them corrections or cues or maybe adjust scaling. So that's just a quick summary, and again, all of this together is probably going to take a total of possibly 15 minutes. Most days you're going to have time for that. Most days you're going to have a solid 15 minutes where you could go through all of this. In my personal preference, the more often that we can just take people through this verbally, the better. It's not wrong to write all this up on the whiteboard. So for example, if you have it built out, run 400, and then when you get back, I want to see you do long lunges. Those are joint prep, and you've got it in your mind, and then you're going to have them doing air squats and then grab a barbell. And we've all done the list. So this is not wrong, but I want to encourage you to try to take people through it verbally as much as possible. So instead of just having that long list on the whiteboard, go through all of these things with it in the back of your mind. You don't need to tell people this is the joint prep part of the warm-up or this is the semi-specific part. It doesn't matter to the people in class. But what you do need to do is have this in the back of your mind. Have we gotten people a little bit sweaty so that they're ready to do some joint prep? Have we adequately addressed mobility issues that are going to be challenging for people in class? Have we gone through full range of motion in those joints, doing air squats or maybe like a press overhead, whatever we're doing? And then finally, have we given people in a class the opportunity to do the movements in the workout multiple different times? Not just see it, not just verbally hear the faults that are common. That's all acceptable and we should absolutely demonstrate it. But we don't want to leave out the part where we really give people the chance to move and warm up for the WOD. And again, the possibility of a rehearsal round. These work best when you actually verbally say 3, 2, 1, go. And that way people move at the tempo that they're going to move, and it's not just a slow practice. So again, this was a 10-minute video, 10 to 12 minutes. We kept it short on the components of a warm-up. These develop over time. You get more tricks, you get more things to try out. You can be creative in all of this. This is the opportunity for you to really get to know people in your classes, because once 3, 2, 1, go starts for the workout, people just go to that dark place and they don't hear you as well. But if you have questions about this, please let me know. And this is your video on warm-ups.